Hello everyone, I'm LordMidas and welcome back to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2 Holy Fury. In the last episode we declared ourselves the Emperor of Carpathia, a really big realm now, and we do share a border with the Byzantine Empire as well, which is really small compared to us. And towards the end of the last episode we were already planning on going ahead with the mass conversion, which we shall do in this episode. We also went ahead and implemented the Maximum Tribal Organization Law, this one, in the last episode, but you might be really surprised to see that it's not implemented anymore. And I was really taken aback when I loaded up the game and saw that it's not implemented and I couldn't figure out what happened. So I went ahead and opened the last episode just to confirm that the law was passed indeed. And there, what I've noticed is that it says, when I get the event for the Maximum Tribal Organization Law, it says that the Lords of Novgorod have approved the institution of the Tribal Organization Law. So somehow the law was only passed in the Kingdom of Novgorod and not in the entire Empire of Carpathia. And that is very, very weird because we did pass the law after we made the Empire. But if you remember that the game really took a little bit of time before it converted the, let's say, color of our realm here and the border color from Novgorod to Carpathia. And we passed the law during that time, so I think somehow the game a little bit messed up a little bit and it passed the law in our previous title, which is the Kingdom of Novgorod, and not in the our primary title, which is Emperor of Carpathia, which makes absolutely no sense because this law is supposed to be applying to your primary title and not to your secondary titles. In any case, we have to go ahead and pass the law again before we go ahead with the mass conversion now. So we'll click on that and pass that law because we need the Maximum Tribal Organization for the mass conversion. And in fact, I am not going to wait any longer. I'm going to mass convert as soon as the Maximum Tribal Organization Law is passed. Because if you look here in the conditions for the mass conversion, you can see one of the conditions is that we have to be at peace. And this is a bit of a problem for us because a lot of our allies keep calling us to wars and I don't want any of them to call me to war again so that we can't get converted. Okay, we will do it as soon as possible. And at the same time, I want to, let's say, role play it a little bit, and I want to think about, okay, why would Emperor Yaroslav, who has been conquering a lot of territory recently, why would he suddenly want to convert to the Christian religion? And the way we can think about it, just for story purposes, is that since like the past 5 to 6 years, Yaroslav has been sharing a border with the Byzantine Emperor, and we can imagine that he would have had some interaction with the Christian people here. He would have been intrigued by their religion and the possibilities that converting to their religion would bring to him as an emperor. So at one side, he might be really interested in their religion, just to begin with. But at the other side, remaining a pagan restricts him to the agnatic elective Gavelkind succession law, which will end up splitting his realm, or risk splitting his realm if he dies and some of his children declare independence from the primary heir, which will not happen if he switches to Gavelkind, which is only available if he is not an unreformed pagan. And converting to this mainstream religion here will allow him to move away from elective Gavelkind towards Gavelkind, so he has advantages to conversion both on the non-religious side and on the religious side. Okay, so we're going to go ahead with that, and before we go ahead with the mass conversion, let's have a look a little bit at our new religion, what it is. The iconoclast heresy plagued the Byzantine Empire in multiple waves. Iconoclasts believe that religious images, icons and depictions of holy figures in particular, are a form of idolatry and must not be allowed. In their heyday, iconoclasts destroyed innumerable such decorations and icons, sometimes even urged on by iconoclast emperors. So it used to be a heresy of the Orthodox faith, but it spread so much that now Orthodox is considered a heresy and iconoclast is the main religion. They are different from our religion, So we worship many different gods such as Perun, Jarilo, Svarog, Triglav, Radagast, Veles, and Chernobog, but here we just worship one god, which is God. And there are different names, so we use names such as God, the Lord, Jesus, and the Blessed Virgin. And evil god names, okay, Satan, Lucifer, and Devil, not really gods, but the evil people. The difference here is that we will have a religious head, which we don't have in the Slavic faith, and it is called the Patriarch. And you have autocephalous patriarchs and the kings. So to put that, that's a bit of a complicated mechanic, but to put it simply, if we are an independent realm, such as a king or empire, we can have our own religious head in the form of our court chaplain, which is called the autocephalous patriarch, and we can use him for many things. The other religious head, which is the ecumenical patriarch, he can excommunicate people, he can grant divorces, grant the invasion casus belli. Plus, one cool thing about this new faith shall be that we can order adult unlanded courtiers to take the vows and thereby disinheriting them from titles. And this is something we can use, so we can make them a monk or a nun, for example. So I'm going to wait until this tribal organization law is passed, and then we will ask the Byzantine Emperor for a mass conversion. At the same time, let's have a look at our vassals' situation, but after we go ahead with this event here. Having returned from the battlefield, I still don't feel at home. My body is here, but my mind is still in Zvolen. So we had a battle in Zvolen some time ago, I think. Sometimes I wonder if I died there and this is all a nightmare. Sometimes I cannot breathe. Who is this person? Was slain by Emperor Yaroslav of Carpathia in a chaotic battle duel on the year 804. 6 years ago. So we killed him, I think it was around here somewhere. Yeah, I remember that battle. So around here we killed him. And after 6 years we're still, let's say, haunted by the battle. We can choose to become celibate. Or we can become solitary, become depressed. I need to feel alive again. Come here, servant. We can start to drink and become lustful and a drunkard. By enough of these feelings, by Perun, I'll punch someone. Or we can become stressed, wroth, and maybe depressed. I think I'm gonna go ahead with the celibate option, because Yaroslav knows that he's at a very key moment for his empire and does not want to die just yet. We'll become celibate. And now let's go ahead and look at our vassal situation, because we want to make sure that our vassals like us and they don't hate us before we go for the mass conversion as much as possible. But unfortunately a lot of them do hate us. So I'm going to try to give away some minor titles here to get the people's opinion of me up. We have a new High Chief of Bessarabia apparently. Okay. High Chief Dzeng of Bessarabia is dead. This is the big vassal that we used to have here. He died. Disagreement with a meal. Food poisoning. So he's the one with the blood of Attila. He died 6th April. Just a few months ago. And his realm has been split apart. And now both of his sons are High Chiefs. I'm not sure how good of a thing that is, because you can't give honorary titles to children. So I'm not sure if we can get their opinion up. Send a gift, maybe? Oh. Really expensive gifts here. 62 gold, I'm not gonna do that. Let's see if we can get someone else. So there's a High Chief here. 15 gold, 16 opinion. This opinion is actually going to go down even further, because once we go to maximum tribal organization, the opinion will go down even further. So we're going to try with this High Chief of Transylvania with 17 opinion here. Let's give him an honorary title, Champion. Get the opinion up by 10. And I think that's pretty much it. This is our brother. 2 brothers here, small vassals. I don't really care if they convert or not. I'm more concerned about the bigger vassals. Let's see if we can make some of them commanders and thereby increase their opinion a little bit further. So sword by rank. Zabergan, I'm gonna make him a commander. And Sudislav, one of my brothers, I'm making him a commander as well. Just for the time being, to get their opinion up a little bit. Okay, let's continue until the tribal organization law is passed. People are leaving the defensive pact against me again. The Lords of Carpathia have approved the institution of the Absolute Tribal Organization Law. Excellent. I'm just gonna make sure that it's actually passed this time. Perfect. Let's ask the Byzantine Emperor to do a mass conversion. Embracing one of the more civilized religions could help you in your efforts to centralize your realm and set aside your tribal ways. You could ask Basilis Theodotus of the Byzantine Empire to sponsor your realm's conversion to the iconoclast faith. With the help and support of a legitimate realm, the transition will be much easier. We're gonna send the letter. He will accept. Very nice. Let's do it. Combine this army. I'm gonna put them on looting and loot Bulgaria, I think. He's being attacked by Transylvania. Oh, High Chief of Transylvania is subjugating Bulgaria. Which means he will become a king. But we are already Emperor tier, so he will still remain our vassal, I believe. Yeah, you see he hates me now. Absolute tribal organization, increased tribal organization. Yeah. Let's hope for the best. Emperor Yaroslav of Carpathia, I am honored to accept your plea to help the poor people of Carpathia see the light and embrace the iconoclast faith. We will begin preparations for a great conversion immediately. Good. We lose 500 prestige, and the Basileus will send iconoclast priests to prepare a large ceremony for the mass conversion of your subjects. All vassals of Carpathia will be invited to the impending ceremony. Very nice. What's that? My emperor, what you ask of me is not easy, but I will not deny your request. I will join you at Novgorod and convert to the iconoclast faith. Who is that? That's the High Chief of Transylvania. Perfect. So he will convert. High Chief of Nitra, is he also converting? I have long thought about your request, and I've come to the conclusion that I cannot abandon our ancestors' gods. I will not attend your great conversion, nor will any of my vassals. Okay. We will see about you. You're not that strong. Who's that? High Chief of Pax. Also not converting. High Chief of Eztergom, also not converting. A lot of people are converting, so I'm not going to go ahead. I'm not going to go through all of them. Probably there's too many. We'll just go ahead and see who converts and who not. When the conversion actually happens. And there it is. Baptism of Rus, guys. The conversion of Carpathia. The conversion of Novgorod starts on a cold morning. So here it says Novgorod again. I think it just takes the capital county's name. Maybe. The bishop leading Basileus Theodotus' embassy meets you at a river near the city. Your faithful vassals stand beside you while the rest of your subjects wait their turn behind them, looking still visibly confused. The bishop recites a few verses from the Bible before you lead your vassals into the river. As you pass the iconoclast priest, they baptize you, one after the other, in the cold water. It takes some prodding from the guards to convince the peasants to follow you into the water, but after a while, the entire crowd stands soaked and shaking by the riverside, and there we are. Going in the river, the priests are baptizing us. Just in time to watch the priests and their helpers drop your old idols into the waves. So they're throwing our old gods into the river now. I think it's a very emotional, let's say, situation for us right now. As the false visages are swallowed by the tides, the bishop proclaims, "May their memory forever be banished from your soul. This is a new beginning for our people." Slavic faith gets negative 5% moral authority. We become iconoclast. All of our domain provinces become iconoclast. We may gain sympathy for pagan religions, and we get baptized by a prince bishop. There it is. And just to... Oh. So a lot of the temples have been taken over by bishops in our empire. Wow, that's a lot of them. And does that also mean that Peryaslava is no longer a priestess here? No, she is, because she converted to iconoclast faith. Excellent. 60 years old now, Peryaslava is still going strong. She's infirm, malnourished. but she's going. But our bastard brother is dead. He died of great pox just like his father. He was frail. 33 years old. Okay, but Peryaslava is still going strong, and she still kept the temple. I'm really happy to see that. Okay. In order to help my subjects better understand their new responsibilities as iconoclast converts, Vasilis Theodoros has sent a knowledgeable priest to Novgorod. He will be a great addition to the court. Neophytus, knowledgeable priest, 12 learning. Okay, he's erudite. He's deceitful and lustful. Okay, dutiful cleric. Welcome to Carpathia. So does he get appointed as a court chaplain? Yes, actually he does. So should we already go ahead and start converting counties? But wow, county conversion is just 1% yearly. Let's look at the religion situation first. And there it is. A lot of iconoclast faith here. Some here, and some of our vassals who did not convert are still either Slavic or Tengri. But I think we will take care of them very soon. That also changed our coat of arms here, or the way it's represented at least. We had double dragons, but now we have some nice design going on here. Our spymaster hates us. Absolute trouble. He did not convert. Okay. So we're gonna have to dismiss him. Appoint someone who is iconoclast. I think we'll do Mstislav, High Chief of Lithuania. And I'm going to put him on scheme so that the plot discovery chance is increased. I don't want anybody to plot against me right now. It's an important point in our history right now. And if he's not going to convert counties, subject religion converted 12%. Maybe we can put him to convert some of our vassals. High Chief of Volhynia will probably still hate us. I still want him to be imprisoned. The next one is High Chief of Kiev. Here, so let's try to convert him. There. Okay. We are still looting, because looting is still allowed if you're tribal. And I think having concubines is also allowed if you're tribal, so that's very nice. Alright, that's pretty good. Commander of Carpathia. We will appoint Vojislav and court physician as well. Apparently all the people who could be good court physicians hate us. But this guy is also not that bad. So I'm gonna use Mstislav, who is also our spy master, as the court physician. Okay. This looks very nice so far. We're not gonna go ahead with any achievement, or I mean ambition for now. Let's just continue and see how it goes. Vyacheslav the Cruel has declared war against the Great Carpathian Conversion on Emperor Yaroslav the Strong. Uh-oh. So the High Chief of Volhynia, yes, who is imprisoned. So we already have 100% war score against him because he's imprisoned. This war is gonna end very fast. High Chief Vyacheslav has rallied his tribes and declared open war against all followers of God in Carpathia in a last-ditch effort to preserve his backwards dying religion. It's time to get rid of these Perun worshippers for good. And we already have 100% war score. We're gonna enforce demands. We won. Which basically means I should be able to revoke titles. Or demand religious conversion. No. Okay. True believer in a pagan faith. I think I'm gonna still keep him in the dungeon for some time. Put in house arrest. His children are also Slavic. I will revoke his titles, but not just yet. And I think we've got some kind of Christmas-ish music going on in the background now. Patriarch Neophytus has been insisting for a while now that a baptism requires me to adopt a new, proper iconoclast name in order to truly prove my newfound faith in God. We can lose further prestige and change our name. Emperor Yaroslav. Okay. Yeah. As much as I'm attached to that name, I think we're gonna go ahead and try this new thing that we can do, which is changing our name. Very well. A conversion to the iconoclast. To the iconoclast should be faith here, maybe. Demands the adoption of a new name as proof that I have thoroughly forsaken the old heathen traditions of my ancestors. We can be named Abraham. We can also randomize it. Joshua, Bartholomeus, Clement, Jacob, Jesus, Lawrence, Christopher, Daniel, Isaac, George, Cyrus. There's some interesting names here. So I think what I'm going to do is go with the first name, which was Abraham. I think that's a pretty nice name to have. We will take it. Though it's more of a... He's more of a, let's say, warrior kind of character. So maybe something that's a bit more warrior-ish. I really don't know. Demetrius. Also sounds maybe a little bit Greek-ish, if I'm not mistaken. And the Byzantine Emperor is kind of Greek-ish. I think we're going to go with Demetrius. Okay, Emperor Demetrius the Strong of Carpathia. My court physician, High Chief Mstislav, has shared some of his latest ideas with me. I don't know much of medicine, but perhaps he's onto something. He has asked for some money to develop his theory further and write a book on it. He's 22 years old. And I can give him 20 gold to write the book. I think I'm going to do that. He's a genius person. Hopefully he gets really good at being a doctor and remains my court physician for a long time. Our youngest son, Ilya, is ready for education. We will train him in duty again. I want my sons to be dutiful to the actual heir. Alright, so there it is. We are more or less converted, I think. And there was only one revolt, which we fixed immediately. I think the game just chose a random vassal to declare the war, and he was already imprisoned. We have a lot of vassal inheritance warnings. I will check them out in between the episodes and see if there's anything serious going on there. Yeah, and some of our sons will be heirs to kingdoms now, so we will have to also fix that. but soon enough. Let me just quickly check the laws situation. So we can change the law in 4 more years and get the Religious Revocation Law, and then we can already start to revoke as many vassal titles from infidels as possible. He's a feudal vassal. Oh. Okay, that's why he has the wrong government type thing going on there. Foreigner. Alright. But this is really good. So we went ahead with the Iron Man and achievements enabled thing. Hopefully, I'm really lucky that the game did not get corrupted, because Iron Man saves can get corrupted sometimes. So far we're doing pretty good. Let's continue a little bit and let our threat go down, and in the meantime keep raiding people in our surroundings. Chief Terentier of Nalcia has usurped the title Chieftain of Kaunas. Alright. He won a duel from the other person who was his brother and inherited his chiefdom. Okay. Let's look at the defensive pact situation. Yeah, a lot of people have joined the pact. Kirvishia hasn't joined it yet. And now I believe we can also declare holy wars, though that will cause other Slavic rulers to join in his defense. But we still should be able to win the war very fast. And this is something we're going to start to do as soon as our threat is in a little bit of a manageable situation. We will declare a lot of simultaneous, let's say, holy wars and expand our territory by quite a lot in just one huge sweep. High Chief Damid is an infidel, worshipping false idols and forsaking the word of God. What more is needed to disparage him? Yeah, this is the guy we are antagonizing. He's pagan now and we have converted, so we will disgrace him further. He is getting antagonized. Very nice. We are looting here. Excellent. Now let's loot the 2 cities here. Excellent. So they've got 2 cities in this county. So this will be very ludicrous. No. What's the word? I can't remember that word. Very good. I can't find the word that says it, which has a lot of money involved. Okay, Patriarch Neophytus, our court chaplain, has been suggesting for a few days now that as an iconoclast ruler, I am no longer under any obligation to allow the other chieftains to determine how to divide my own lands once I die. He assures me that I am well within my right to pass down my titles directly to my children. We can lose 100 prestige and implement Gavelkind. Or we can keep the tradition of elective Gavelkind, and no, we're not going to keep the tradition. We're going to convert to Gavelkind immediately. This is very convenient. Thank you very much, Patriarch. This is exactly why Yaroslav, or now let's say Demetrius, was very interested in the mass conversion. You have a new heir. If your character dies now, you will play as Rodislav Demetriusovich. Okay. We didn't change the name of our son because he was already over 10 years old, but can we change the name of the other sons and make them, let's say, more Christian-ish? Here we have Ilya. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to name this child after one of our earliest subscribers. So this is episode number 16. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to name him after our 16th subscriber, as a huge thank you for your support and encouragement. I'm going to name him Walker. Walker Demetriusovich, and I will give him some one of the kingdoms in our realm. All right, that's good. Oh, look at my luck. So my court physician, who I gave a lot of gold to write a book, has died to flu. Can you believe that? Spy master. I'm not going to appoint my half-brother as the spy master, as he might plot against me. Deceitful. I'm going to appoint a random person with pretty much the same score, so there, and keep him to scheme so that we have extra plot discovery chance. Truces are expiring against the King of Serbia, but he is also already our tributary. Yes. How much is he giving us? He's giving us 5 gold per year. We're getting 24 from our 2 feudal vassals. That's interesting. So we've got a few feudal vassals going there. Can we go ahead and upgrade our capital further? So I think now I'm going to go ahead with the Druzina training ground, which is our cultural building. Gives us extra heavy infantry. How is the retinue situation? We still can get more retinues, so I'm going to go ahead more with the prestige-based ones. 3 more. Excellent. Put them to looting and combine them with this here. Court physician. We don't have a good court physician, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the find characters screen, search all, and I've got a filter saved here for people who will join my court. I think this is slot 0, so these people are interested to join our court. I'm going to sort by learning and bring someone with a high learning skill. This is going to be Gwen. Let's invite to court. He will join us, and I'm going to appoint him as the court physician. Iziaslav of Tengri Uprising has declared Carpathian Tengri Revolt in Vas. To the south here, maybe my retinues can take care of them already. We will see. Just gonna wait until he arrives, appoint him as the court physician. Oh, he hates us quite a bit. Religious differences, foreigner. So this is not gonna be good. Can we search maybe in our realm? 13 learning, so not that good. I think we're gonna end up searching for court physician. Recruit court physician, where's that? War sacrifice? Champions of Perun? Are we still part of the lodge? Wow, so I think this is a bit weird. We are still part of the warrior lodge, even though we have converted to the iconoclast faith. What? Svetozar Red Cheeks is also iconoclast, the leader of the champions of Perun? There are still some Slavic people in there, but how is this even possible? Okay. Svetozar Red Cheeks, leader of the champions of Perun, is iconoclast. We are iconoclast, and we're still going strong in the warrior lodge. I think this is also something the game will be fixed in, which will be fixed in the game in the future updates. But this is really weird to look at. Alright, with that we are at the end of this episode. We will take care of this revolt next time, pass a few more years to get the threat down, and then declare a bunch of holy wars and take a lot of the land from these pagans in our neighborhood, because we are pagan no more. Thank you very much for joining me. This has been a fun ride so far. If you like this episode, please click thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for future updates, and let me know what you think about what we've accomplished so far. I will see you next time. Bye bye.